On today's session of Family Court with Judge Penny, Denise is suing her contractor husband for unfinished backyard business.
It was once called our beautiful Riviera house, and now our friends are calling it Sanford and Son.
What do you have to say about this?
I'm blown away that she would actually sue me for something I hadn't finished yet.
I'm tired of looking at it. It is an eyesore.
When you build something that's going to be permanent, it's not a rush thing.
I just want to see it finished.
But is her honey-do list threatening his manhood?
Every man wants to be a man, and he doesn't want to feel like he's married his mother. How long has this been going on, John?
A couple of years.
Yeah, John, it's time to move on.
Families in crisis, I know exactly what they're facing.
I have been there from a life of hardship.
I was able to build a lifetime of experience. Now, after years of serving on the bench, I use the law to fight for families. It's not only about verdicts,
It's about solutions. It's about the compassion and the mercy that justice requires.
I'm Judge Penny Brown Reynolds,
And in my court,
family comes first.
Denise is suing her husband for $1,500 she claims it would take to hire an outside contractor to finish the housework her husband agreed to complete. John says there was no deadline set for the completion of the work and shouldn't have to pay his wife anything.
Your Honor, all parties are sworn in.
thank you, Damon. Denise,
Yes,
you are suing your husband.
yes.
Tell me about it.
We have an issue. The issue is an unfinished project in our backyard that I let him start. He created it, he designed it. Of course, we got in arguments all along through it, but it's now incomplete. I'm tired of looking at it. Our house has a beautiful view of the ocean. It was once called our beautiful Riviera house, and now our friends are calling it Sanford and Son.
Okay. All right, John. Denise is making out her case. She's brought you into court. By the way, how much are you suing him for?
Well, I've done my homework, and I would say $1,500. I could hire a couple of contractors that I know.
Now, John's a contractor, right?
He actually is a hardscape landscape, but by talent, he's a drummer. And in fact, he's a drum slut, because that has gotten in the way of getting our backyard finished.
All right, you have pictures of your backyard?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I do want to say I am very proud of what he's done so far, and I'd really love to be proud of the finished job.
Okay. Now, what do you do for a living?
Well, I'm in between careers. I was a fitness trainer,
Okay.
and I was working 13 hours a day, so I really depend on both John and I and my stepdaughter Cassie to take care of the house. And being that we have a large yard to take care of, there's constant, clean up the yard, take care of the dogs, take care of the cats. We have fish, we have a guinea pig. So when we do participate in it, it gets done, and then we could go out and play together. Well, lately, for the last year, we haven't really gotten to play lately. He plays on drums,
Okay.
but we don't play as a family.
All right. Well, how did you come up with the $1,500?
Being that we already have all of the tools and we have all of the brick and the flagstone already there, I'm really just going to be paying for the labor.
Okay. All right, John, what do you have to say about this?
Wow. I don't know. I spend a lot of hours out in that backyard, personally putting my blood, sweat, and tears into this project, and mainly just tears, apparently. I'm just, I'm blown away that she would actually sue me for something I hadn't finished yet. Of course.
Well, guess who else is blown away? Me. Because imagine every woman, every wife in America, including me, would like to haul my husband into court for the honey-do list that he has not completed. But the reason why I allowed you to come in is because I saw a wonderful opportunity for family court to deal with it. Because perhaps, if John was willing, that I could help you all come to a point where you could come to an agreement, sort of like a marital agreement, where we could work out a way to try to get this backyard done. So why don't we move it from being a breach of contract case, since we don't have all the elements that we need for a contract, to being a situation where I could help you maybe come to resolution about this matter. How about that?
Sounds good.
Because otherwise, every woman, don't you agree, would be bringing her husband in the court to sue him?
All day long.
All day long.
All day long.
That's all I would be doing.
There'd be no end.
Yes, it is.
On the checklist.
That's it. All because of the honey-do list that never gets done.
That's right.
And so tell me about the project, because your wife, when she filled out the paperwork for the lawsuit, she said that he didn't keep his promise. He didn't keep his word, right? Is that what you said?
Yes, because I have offers, and he knows about one of them. We know people that would love to utilize our backyard. One, a wedding officiator. We
Okay.
could make $1,000 a wedding, a 50-guest wedding in our backyard. The other one is a musician, classical guitarist, that he even plays with. He's asked us several times, you could have concerts in this backyard. We could have 75 people here. We could charge,
Wow.
you can make $500 to $1,000. So even all the blood, sweat, and tears that you put in the backyard, the $30,000 that it really has already cost us, we could build our nest egg back up. And
So
that's
you've
what
spent
I'm
how
trying.
much on the project so far?
Well, $30,000.
Really?
But that's even cutting the price because it's a $70,000 job, and it's really brought equity back into our home.
Okay.
And I just want to see it finished.
Oh, absolutely. All of us in America want to see all those projects finished that they haven't finished. Now, why is it that contractors are the last person, sort of like the people who are auto mechanics? They're the ones that have their cars on cinder blocks. You ever seen that, Damon? And they're the last one to work on their cars. You know, people are never managing their own issues. So what is it that we can do to help you, at least me help you guide yourself? Is it because your wife is nagging you, or because she's telling you and this is your way of being a passive aggressive, or what's going on here in this marriage?
Oh, I believe it was when you build something, you know, that's going to be permanent, it's not a rush thing. There is no rush thing.
How long has this been going on, John?
A couple of years.
Yeah, John, it's time to move on, John.
Still to come on Family Court with Judge Penny.
Although you seem to have a good marriage. You seem to be happy-go-lucky.
We both have great life insurance policies.
Yes.
I sleep with one eye open. That's just standard. You know.
And later,
And then your reward is you could go play with your friends.
Well, Denise, you may have to give him some other kind of reward, honey, because we tried everything we can here.
I'm not jumping
and
on that
John
deal
is
real
not
quick,
moving from his spot.
Family Court is back in session. Denise is suing her husband, John, for not completing the housework he... John says Denise gives him too many tasks and is overwhelmed by her lists.
Well, tell me about Denise's list.
I did a multitude of projects in the yard.
Now, tell me about them. Let's paint a picture
well, I
here
have
so we all can know
I started
what you
with the
mean.
pond, and I built the pond and put the koi fish and everything.
Which is very beautiful.
Okay.
And it worked out. And then there's the areas around it that I didn't finish.
Well, I'm looking at some of the pictures. It's like, yeah, it's a big mess.
It is a big mess.
It's a
It
big
is
mess.
Yeah, it's a big mess.
And
Somebody has to tell you.
Nobody was happy. Not the neighbors. Not the animals in the neighborhood, and certainly not that lady I'm married to. She was not thrilled.
Well,
with the deal.
anytime she done brought you to court over it, I know she's not happy about it.
Unbelievable.
But we have a neighbor across the ravine from us. He even called us up on the phone and says, "What are you doing to your yard? I'm tired of looking at it. It is an eyesore."
How big is your backyard?
It's about 10,000 plus square feet.
You've been working on it for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
What needs to be done left? We need to finish this wall, I see.
Yeah, the wall.
The wall is a big issue.
Behind the wall, just past the wall, then seeing
Flagstone, another
then-
pond
and
that
then
he
there's
built
another-
that I didn't want.
I started
go,
a
"Why?"
second pond, and it's got partial walls up. It kind of shows you what it's going to be when it's done.
Yes.
John, you're stuck, baby. You're stuck.
I'm a collector.
I can
collect
tell.
stuff. I collect stuff from other jobs, and I bring them home, and I look at them. That's what I do.
And so your wife is saying that it's like Sanford and Son in the backyard. So what do we have to do to try to get a plan? What do you think?
Cut out the honeydew list completely. And
Why? How would that help?
Start over from scratch.
Okay.
Start over. That's what I mean. Get rid of the list. Start
Well, why don't
over.
we just right now do the one thing on the list?
Okay.
What do
Don't
we-
play no drums for a while. Tell all your friends, no playing music. I got to finish the yard. And then your reward is you could go play with your friends.
Wow.
Well, Denise, you may have to give him some other kind of reward, honey, because we tried everything we can here.
I'm not jumping
and
on that
John
deal
is
real
not
quick,
moving
huh?
from this spot.
Just getting that chance, actually, again, a chance with nobody on my back to do
So,
anything.
aha! I thought that's what it was.
Yeah.
I thought that's what it was. You feel like somebody I know, although I'm not going to call any
Yeah,
names, because I want to stay married for a long time.
I can afford.
I think it's being passive aggressive. Because when she asks you to do something, how you get to control the situation is maybe you'll start a little bit and then you're not going and fulfilling all of it. You think?
Well, partially.
Yeah,
Partially.
passive aggressive people don't ever want to feel like they're passive. Plus, you seem like a hoarder. Do you know what a hoarder is?
Oh yeah, I'm a professional.
Oh, you are. You do admit that.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, I
stuff.
got one in my family
I got
too.
stuff dated back to when I'm not even sure what year it was. It was way before I was born.
You know how bad the situation must be for your wife to think she could file a lawsuit against her husband to do her honey-do list. Although you seem to have a good marriage. You seem to be happy-go-lucky, which
There's
I think
no plotting
is good.
going on just yet, or anything like that.
No what?
No plotting.
Plotting for what? To bury you in the backyard?
Or whatever may come up. You never know.
We
I just
both
sleep.
have great life insurance policies.
Yes.
I sleep with one eye open. That's just standard. You know.
Okay, so John, you still have not moved on. How we gonna get this yard finished?
It's just. I would like to be able to just, like I said, just have some free time when I'm not obligated to do anything else, and nobody's going to throw in any extras on me. I might be able to complete one of the many items on the list.
If this had been a real contract, what we're basically doing is trying to do something called an anticipatory breach of a contract, so that we're knowing that he's obviously going to breach it. And so if he is going to, then you would have something called specific performance, where you can go and get him to really do it. But because we don't even have a contract here, because we didn't have consideration, that's not an option for us legally. How we're gonna make it happen is we're gonna come to an agreement with the two of you, because people can enter a contract at any time. Here you are, you can come today into the contract, agree to keep your word, and hopefully it will keep you on track. How about that? Okay?
Sounds good.
Sounds good? Like a good plan? Okay.
That works for
so
me.
how soon can we start the work on the backyard, John?
Are you jotting an actual date down?
Yeah! Yes, we are.
When family court returns,
And he doesn't want to feel like he's married somebody who's like his mother. John, do I have it right?
Oh, you're on.
I'm on. That's why I got a good marriage, I'm telling you.
and later,
Well, why don't we use this as an opportunity to get some things that's annoying you?
court is back in session in the case of Denise suing her husband John for not completing his landscaping honey-do home. John says Denise nags him too much and even complains about his desire to play drums in his free time.
Really, I know you're talking about his drumming, but every man needs a little outlet.
And I understand that, and I actually have given that to him. I do have to quickly make...
Wait. See, that's the problem. You can't characterize it as you're giving it to him because we're not their mothers. John is looking at me now. And so do you see what I'm saying? Because as long as you couch it like I'm letting you do it, as though he's your child, then that's where you're getting it where he's not wanting to do it. You see the psychology here? There you
Yes.
go. So what? We're trying to get it down to one list. And it's really not a list.
Short
It's something
list.
that you're
Very
agreeing to.
short.
There you go. So the first thing that needs to be done is repairing this wall, right?
Yes.
Yeah. How long before you think you can start on that? Maybe 60 days?
Yeah, I can start. I can
Okay.
start within that time.
All right. If we walk out of court and you say 60 days, how long before she'll start worrying you about it?
35 seconds.
Okay, I kind of figured that. So that means then that the agreement needs to be on the other side, that you will then respect him so that you will at least let him move forward on his word. You see what I mean?
Yes.
And so maybe you could check back with him in a month. So we'll say 30 days before the next reminder comes. Because remember now, every man wants to be a man. And he doesn't want to feel like he's married somebody he's hearing subliminally like that's his mother, telling him, pick up your socks, go clean your room, go do the backyard. John, do I have it right?
Oh, you're on.
I'm
You are
on. That's why I got a good marriage, I'm telling you. I've heard this from my husband 100 times.
And where were your socks yesterday? That I said, pick up your socks.
Right. So what we want to be able to do is, you've got to respect him. No man wants somebody on his back. We got to trust him, okay? What's the next part of the project we need done?
Well, because it was my grandmother's house, and he does get after me about my 118-gallon bins of grandmother's things that I haven't finished filtering through. So that is his little tiff with me.
Okay.
So I keep them nice and neat, wrapped around 2 walls of the garage, 5 high.
That's what I'm saying. You want me to finish the wall, but you got 120 bins. sitting
Okay,
around
well,
the
why
house.
don't we use this as an opportunity to get some things that's annoying you?
Still to come on Family Court with Judge Penny.
If you go with what is reasonable and not make demands on people, then they buy into it.
Family Court is back in session. Denise is suing her husband John for work she says he agreed to do in their backyard. John says if he has to finish the yard, she has to clean up the hundreds of boxes she has around the garage.
You came in here trying to sue your husband for $1,500 that you just guesstimated was the cost to be able to finish the job on his honey-do list that he did not complete. And I thought it was cute enough to say, I'd let you come into court, but it's not a contract because there was no consideration between the two of you. There was no agreement that the job would cost $1,500. But John is like most men. They're working hard, trying to provide, trying to figure out time for himself. And you start all these projects and you didn't quite be able to finish. But he was gracious enough to agree with me that maybe I could help you all come up with a marital agreement that could get this project done. All right? So in these 60 days, you will at least clear out half.
Half.
What about that, John?
I'm down. Half? A third? 16th? Whatever. I'll
I
take
think
it.
half of the stuff, because see, if you go with what is reasonable and not make demands on people, then they buy into it. Then you can see, like, maybe by the first of the year, you'll be able to have parties. She has a good idea about bringing revenue in. Because let me tell you, she's a go-getter. If there's a way to make some money out that backyard, I really believe Denise is the one to make it happen. Now, the last part I wanted to do, though, is you all have a daughter, right? Mm-hmm. I brought it up because I would suspect that at 16, she wants to be able to bring some of her friends over.
Yes.
So it's really bigger than the two of you. You don't ever want to create an environment where your little girl, and I say that to Daddy, you don't ever want her to be ashamed of her own place. So I said that to give you a little incentive because I suspect she's Daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
And you would want to do that for her. So why don't we go over the agreement? So far, we have that 60 days from the date of this order, you will complete the wall that needs to be done. Is that correct?
I agree.
All right?
I agree.
All right. Also, that you have a little area in the garage that during this 60-day period, you will then at least remove at least half of those items. Is that something you can agree to?
Yes, I could agree to
John,
that.
does that sound
No, I can
reasonable?
agree to that.
All right. And you'll take another 60 days after the wall has been done to clean up all the issues and the refrigerators and the stoves and everything you brought from the other jobs. Does that sound like a good agreement?
Yes, it does.
It does, yes.
All right. At the end of the 120 days, would you please send me a picture back?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. You all have been a delight, and I look forward. Good work in here. All right. All right. Court stands adjourned. Thank you.
All rise.
When Family Court returns, find out what happened after Judge Penny rendered her verdict.
I thought the verdict gave me a little bit more time to finish up my deal.
Most husbands don't have a problem with getting their list done.
I was totally thrilled that the judge gave an assignment to my wife.
Now I just stuck my foot in my mouth to finish my area.
I'll bring her back to court if in 120 days I don't see some action. That's all. You know, that's what it comes down to. I mean, I'll commit to my end, but if I don't see it on her end, it's on.
Thank you for tuning in today. Please make sure you subscribe and leave a comment on today's verdict. Do you think this wife is being a mother about the backyard, or is the project too big for the father to complete alone? See you on the next Family Court session.